Hello beloved masters. Today we will discuss the intergalactic ancient prehistory of Earth called the history of Terra. Earth and our solar system was not created in the similar format or nature that other regular solar systems are created. The history of the Earth and the angelic human began 560 million years ago during a period some of the Native Americans in their creation stories refer to as the First World. During this period was a planet named Terra. Terra existed in harmonic universe to HU to within the dimensional bands 4, 5, and 6. As I mentioned in my previous video, the first angelic human of Earth was called the Tauranusium II, which I will go into more later. An experiment took place on Terra to create a master race of beings that would serve as guardians of the planet Terra. Many ETs and metaterrestrial races combined their genetic and energetic makeup to create this guardian master race, of which the Syrian race also contributed their genetic identity to, and this race ended up being called the Elohim. The Elohim became one of the numerous supervisory groups within the Tauranusium I experiment. After 8 million years of evolution on Terra, there were 12 primary subracial divisions of the Tauranusium, each of which carried the unique 12-strand DNA package the T1s were designed to carry. Each of the 12 subraces carried a generic slant derived from the 12 primary genetic contributors of the experiment. As a result of manipulation and interference through interbreeding of other unrelated ET strains, the T1 started to digress in evolution. After 8 million years of evolution, the T1 essentially had split into two groups. One was the Elanians, and the other was called the Lumians. Over time, the Lumians developed into a more spiritual, matriarchal, egalitarian group, with somewhat of a more passive culture than the Elanians, who were a bit more aggressive in a technologically based culture, and whom had developed resentments toward the Lumians. The Lumians foresaw cataclysm coming to Terra as a result of dangerous experimentations that the Elanians were involved in or were going to be doing. As a result of this, they moved their society across the oceans to lands or an island called Mu. There, under the direction of the Syrian Council, the councils of Mu were established, and as more beings joined them, the Elohim of HU3 interbred with the Lumians and purified the genetic strain of the Lumians of Terra. This created a race called the Ceres who lived peacefully with the purified Lumians. The Ceres created the priesthood of Mu on Terra, whose practices centered around the teachings of the law of one or unity consciousness. The priesthood of Mu exists still to this day. The Elanians began to have anti-Lumian sentiments. They created subterranean grid technologies to try and bring the continent of Mu under their domain. The Ceres foresaw the cataclysm of Terra coming from these technologies in the future, to be continued in my next episode.